December 16th, 1944. Early morning, Mona, Germany. The frozen ground shook under American artillery fire, but this dawn brought horror. Shells exploded in the air right over German troops. Steel shards rained down. No trench could save them. In the 326th Volksgrenadier Division pushing against the 38th Cavalry Squadron, battle-hardened men from the Eastern Front faced the impossible. This was no ordinary barrage. Death came from above, calculated and cruel. Colonel Oscar Alfred Axelson of the 46th Artillery Group had just broken the rules. Without orders, he unleashed the Allies' top-secret proximity fuses. These tiny radars and shells detected targets and burst at perfect height. Artillery power jumped 50 times in the Ardennes' icy woods. War changed forever. The onslaught hit. Operation Watch on the Rhine started strong for the Wehrmacht. Hitler's final bet threw 200,000 soldiers, 1,000 tanks, and almost 2,000 guns into the misty Ardennes. The Führer promised his leaders it would split the Allies, seize Antwerp, and flip the war's doom. Surprise struck at 5:30 that morning. German guns blasted 1,600 rounds per minute over an 85-meter front. American spies missed the buildup. Front lines held raw recruits or worn-out fighters resting in this calm spot. But at Munhau, Axelson stared at disaster. The 38th Cavalry Squadron, a slim scout force, crumbled under German might. Standard shells failed. In a bold move, he risked court-martial. Fire the secret fuses now, or lose everything. Impact was swift and brutal. Germans in tight attack lines met fire from the sky. Bursts at 30 to 50 feet high sprayed deadly coals, far deadlier than ground hits. Seasoned troops died in holes by trees and gullies. Cover meant nothing. The deadly tech secret proximity fuses blended American brains and factories at their best. Unlike old shells needing hits or timed bursts, these held mini radars coffee can-sized inside 130 parts, including 4 or 5 small vacuum tubes, survived 20,000 times gravity from gun launch. Physics defied belief. Firing broke a glass vial, spilling acid to form a battery. It powered the radar mid-flight. Dr. Merle II at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab pushed this like the atomic bomb. The lab, hidden as a junk car lot in Silver Spring, Maryland, hired 3% of United States physicists at its height. Security rivaled nuclear work. No talk allowed even at home. Each fuse got its own number for tracing. Challenges seemed unbeatable. Radio tubes for homes got remade for cannon blasts. They spun wildly, worked in any weather, sensed targets without early booms. Breakthrough. Tiny tech that sparked electronics. Boom. Later, Dr. James Van Allen's tubes matched pencil erasers but held full radio guts. By December 1944, factories churned 40,000 fuses daily. Over 100 firms joined from RCA and General Electric to Silviana and Crossley. Cost hit $1 billion back then, second to the Manhattan Project. Rule break and roll out. Axelson's rogue act on December 16th sparked headquarters chaos. He defied bans limiting fuses to anti-aircraft, fearing German copycats. But at Mona, Germans halted dead. Losses stunned all. News flew to top brass. General Eisenhower, facing Ardennes crisis, begged permission on December 19th. By December 21st, bans lifted. Fuses freed for all ground fights in the Bulge supply lines shone. Days later, fuses reached units across the Ardennes. The 463 Parachute Field Artillery Battalion at Beaune got theirs as Germans encircled the 420th Armored Field Artillery Battalion with M7 Priest mobile guns defended northwest. The 1969 Artillery Battalion, African American troops, under Lieutenant Colonel Hubert D. Barnes, wrecked foes southwest of Bastogne. Every group learned fast. Fuses turned artillery into a gamecher. Spotters skipped tweaks. Fuses picked burst spots themselves. Hits soared. Death multiplied. Bone-trapped but triumphant Bone's trap showed Fuses shining in defense. The 101st Airborne Division ringed and outgunned gripped key roads against German waves. Backing them 463 with 75mm pack howitzers firing Fuses from December 19th to 31st. They shot exactly 7,676 rounds. Her records not all fused due to short stock, but those were killers physically and mentally. German groups vanished under air blasts, platoon gone in blinks, December 22nd's assault, after General McAuliffe's Knots' retort to surrender proved it. Germans crossed snowy fields and old styles. Fuses burst on cue. No gaps in doom. The all-African Amiens 1969th Shan II, their 155mm howitzers ringed Bastogne in death-here shells at 50 feet, blanketed more. Captured Germans said units broke before reaching lines fleeing the mad bursts. Sour River bloodbath. Christmas Day to the 26th at the Sour near Iseti gave clear proof of Fuse. Might General George S. Patton, racing north to free Bastogne, saw it, and noted in his book, War as I Knew It. A German battalion snuck across the Hafosson River veiled by night, and fog, old artillery needed slow aims, letting crosses or hides, but Fuses skipped that patent penned. We nabbed a German battalion at the Sour. The new proximity ammo crushed them. Shells popped overhead. No escape. River backfire, and up. After we tallied 702 bodies, this exact 702 dead marks were hard count from Fuse use. One battalion wiped in minutes. No way out. Fear rippled through German ranks. No more river risks. Woods turned deadly. Ardennes' thick trees, German hideouts became traps with Fuses. Open fields at 30 to 50 feet killed plenty. But trees amplified bursts, snapped limbs hurling wood spears at feet-per-second speeds. Splinters arm-long pierced all old spots like tree trunks or root holes failed. Shards and wood rained down. No defense held. United States gunners spotted the boost. One fused 155mm shell cleared a tennis court-sized zone of life. Metal plus wood made full-circle kills. No skill dodged it. Germans' woods experts saw tactics flop, spread thin, wide bursts hit. Bunch up one shell took squads. No right move. How it worked. Fuses seemed like sci-fi to 1940s fighters. Each held a small radio at 180 to 220 megahertz. Waves bounced off ground, trees, gear, people. As shells neared, echoes grew. At set strength for best height, boom triggered, all under hellish stress. Launch hit 20,000 gravities, squashing humans flat. Spins whipped centrifugal force. Heat from 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Barrels to apex chills, yet padded tubes hit over 80% success. Tests at Aberdeen set heights 30 feet for 105mm howitzes, 50 for 155, 70 plus for rare, 240mm wiping grid squares. Tech-ruled fields data showed 5 to 10 times deadlier than old shells. Kill zones up 50-fold against planes. V-1 buzz bomb downs jumped from 17 to 79% fast spy flops and German fog. Germans botched Fuse intel badly. In December 1944, they grabbed an American dump with 20,000 fused shells. Gold for counters, but experts scoffed impossible tubes and shells against all they knew. They guessed magnets or fakes. Blindness from top. Germany led Fuse work pre-war Rheinmetall board and AEG had models. But 1944 One-Day C wired 5 Pro-5 heavy suburbs. But Hitler's 6-month rule axed it. They couldn't fathom United States solving their quits. Irony, German electric fuses hit 95% in tests using charge shifts, not radar. Full push may be fueled by 1941. Mooring later confessed hours were 3 or 4 months from make when war quit. Christmas carnage. December 25, 1944. No peace. Germans tried holiday resupply. Fuses ignored truce. Kitchens, trucks, camps hit hard. No spotters needed. 420 alone fired over 1,000 rounds that day, mostly fused. Their M7 priests spat quick death. Germans unready prior any time, any weather dark or not made artillery round-the-clock terror. Germans moved in bad skies, safe from planes, and eyes fuses stole that doom anytime just a whistle. Warning Malmedy and Skordzen's best. December 21st, SS Colonel Otto Skordzeny's Kraken hit Malmedy elite rescuers of Mussolini near Nabbers of Tito in United States gear. They faced fuse storms turning disguises, deadly ersts nailed them like sensing fakes. Losses hotly debated, but assault crashed. S morale cracked. Fanatics sure of superiority helpless. Some charged lines for fast ends over bomb hell. Discipline shattered in Hitler's loyal corps. Factory feet. Fuse making rivaled war wonders. By December 1944, over 100 firms switched. Crosley ditched figures for fuses. Emerson left radios. Savania, RCA, General Electric gave full plants. Checks were ruthless. 130 parts each tested. Soldiers eyed close. Samples fired. Real floors scrapped. Mostly women workers, 12-hour days. 6 weekly secret. No clue what built, just vital. They made 1 fuse every 2 seconds non-stop. Costs dropped $732 in 1942 to 18 by late 1944. Quality held. War total 22 million made 200,000 in Bulge. Patton's math. General Patton grasped fuses best. His Third Army broke through with them. Artillery boss Brigadier General Edward Williams crafted new plays. Time on target. Battalions sink, so shells land together. Dozens fused bursting as one. End times. Germans dubbed it death smell. December 22nd to 29th. Third Army shot 50,000 fused shells, smashed, Germans cleared Bastogne path, patterned. That funny fuse won the Bulge, Elsenborn Ridge stands Ridge fight maxed fuse power. 2nd and 99th Infantry Divisions clung to key ground versus 6th SS Panzer Army, including 1st SS Panzer Division Leonid Adolf Hitler. Over 3 days, December 17th to 19th, United States guns fired 160,000 rounds, about 40,000 fused. Those 25% caused 60% of over 5,000 German dead math clear. Fuses quadrupled punch. Germans stormed wooded hills, met steel air walls. Companies erased fast. Bodies stacked. Later waves climbed Kim after 3 days. Attacks died. Waffeness elite broken by tech. Operation Bodenplatte bust. January 1st, 1945. Luftwaffe's Operation Bodenplatte. 900 planes hit Allied fields. Shock total planes grounded, but returns faced fuse anti-air walls of 277, lost 172 to guns, most fused kills, shocked pilots, dodging old fire-precise bursts, Luftwaffe. Week already done. Secret breaks early January, 1945, hiding futile too many shots. Eyes, January 6th, War Department okayed light reveal. New York Times noted shells boosting guns. No tech spill. German spies got it late. January 10th report. Americans have radio fuses bursting best for troops. Heavy Ardennes losses. No fixes. Big picture review. After war, fuses ruled key. Field Marshal Gar von Rundstedt. Proximity fuse decided it. Attacks failed not from American guts, though strong but eyed artillery. General Hasso von Montefel, 5th Panzer Army head American guns terrorized especially airburst shells, panic hit vets. Numbers speak. 200,000 fused shells caused 15,000 to 20,000 German dead, up to 20% total losses. 5 to 10 times better than old ammo. No spotters in bad weather. Human tall stats hid pain. German teens' late drafts died in new ways. Smart weapons hunted hides. United States workers suffered too. Factory mishaps, secret. Crosley, Emerson crews broke from strain. Made killers blind, silent burden. War's math harsh. Bulge took 19,000 American lives without fuses. More war longer, more Holocaust deaths in wait. Each short day saved camp thousands. Tech echoes. Fuse work birthed post-war tech. Tiny tubes seeded electronics. Checks set standards. Supplier nets made modern chains. Dr. James Van Allen used skills for satellites, found radiation belts. Radar grew to now systems, smart sensors, sparked missiles, all brainy arms. Today's guided bombs traced to fuses. First to sense and pick boom time. War shift goes on. Last count, Bulge ended January 25, 1945. Germans fled Hitler's push, cost 100,000 losses, 0 gain. Americans 75,000 hurt, 19,000 dead. Fuses won wars. General Eisenhower, German fuses might doom BE. Not just better guns, but war flip. Germans under fuses met smart death. Air as killer marked tech war dawn from Axelson's Rogue. December 16th shot to 200,000 shells in Ardennes. Fuses showed science wins fights. American factories, smarts, field tweaks, made outcome, shaper fuse, tail change in tech tactics. Hearts proved free industry cranks. Killers, new ideas, beat numbers. Science, side wins. Shaped war's end, and all fights since. In Odin's cold woods, tech war bloomed death's math redone by shell radars, shifting human war forever. Germans fell by airbursts, died in battle, and shift that molds